So dark.
God, why is it so crooked? There, that's not as dark now.
Oh,
Yeah.
we're live. Elf. That's a solid choice. It's a classic.
Just jumping right
into it.
Going in real fast. Hi, Nick. Thanks for joining us. Just the three of us right
Just
now.
the three of us.
Oh, yes, oh, sorry.
Playing it in the background too.
Let me turn that off.
There
I was
we
looking
go.
at other things on here. Welcome, everybody.
Hello. Happy Saturday.
Saturday, the 14th. There's not that much time left in the year.
Craziness.
Right?
Craziness. Like November flew by.
It did, but it didn't.
It flew by.
But December's flying by, in my opinion. So for those of you who are just joining us, tell us in the chat, what's your favorite Christmas movie? Because we have been on a Christmas movie kick. Aside from Star Wars. Whoa!
Chaos.
He's moving the table.
Star Wars.
Where are you going? Oh, it's a little dark, don't you think? Yeah. You had to turn the light on. We watched a little bit of Star Wars.
One of the spin-offs.
But favorite Christmas movie that you have to watch every season? What's yours? Because we watch a lot of Christmas movies.
We do watch a lot of Christmas movies. Right now, it's like the Grinch. It's still the Grinch.
Which one, though?
I like the new one. The music in the new one. But like the Jim Carrey Grinch is also a tried and true classic.
That's a good one.
What's yours? I already know it. I don't know the answer for this.
What is it?
Santa Claus.
Yes. Tim Allen, Santa Claus is so good. I like that Nick said Elf. That's also a solid one.
You don't like the second half of the Elf, though.
It kind of was really great, and then the second half was like, it could have ended differently, and I would have been happier. But
the first half of Elf
is great,
hilarious.
and then you get into Central Park, and you're just like, this is how we're doing this. White Christmas.
White Christmas.
Okay.
Classics. HHN through and through. HHN. Oh, yeah. HHN through and through.
Scary Christmas movie.
Scary Christmas.
Hot Frosty.
We just watched.
I made Ben watch that. Did you like it?
I mean, it's as good as like Noel or some of the other like kind of funny.
Do you like it
spin-off
better than Noel?
I hold them in the same sort of genre category.
I'm surprised. I think that's giving it a lot of credit because we watch Noel almost every year also. Walking by Hulk for Orlando and Farm. Oh, you're okay. First off, I appreciate that you're joining us.
Yeah.
But you're supposed to be having fun at the OI meetup.
Yeah.
Things are kicking off right now. If they haven't flooded people out yet, they're about to in the next hour.
Probably 7, 8.
So thank you for being here. Go ride Hulk.
Yeah, gotta ride Hulk.
And then when the free food starts, get out of here. Go get your food. Watch this later. Home Alone and It's a Wonderful Life. Really love both of those. We actually, was it yesterday we watched Home Alone? We started Home Alone.
We finished it today and then watched
we did Make Your Own Pizzas on Friday last night, which so good. And then watched Home Alone because do you eat a cheese pizza when you watch Home Alone? Because that is like a necessity for us. I like It's a Wonderful Life. I feel like that's not high on your list.
Rudolph with the Island of Misfit Toys.
Claymation.
That one gets you. Claymation creeps you out.
Claymation. A Year Without a Santa Claus. I don't know if I've seen that.
I haven't. I've never even heard of it.
It sounds familiar, but I don't know if I've seen that. National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. That is always, yes, that is top of my list.
Mm-hmm.
Ben, I don't feel like you grew up watching that as often as I did growing up watching it.
I didn't watch it until we got married.
My family loves it. It's much more something my family would watch.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. Violent Night. That is actually my boss. She loves that one. A number of the people I work with love that one.
People like violence, you know?
We started watching that last year. I don't know if we ever finished it.
No, we didn't.
But I didn't know what I was in for that one. I mean, you'd think the name says it all, but we stayed for 2 weeks, so we had plenty of fun so far. And fun. Okay. So this is good timing for you to join us pre-OI, kind of a warm up. I'm curious since you're at OI, what are you going to do tonight? What are your plans?
What foods are you going to try?
What foods are you hitting up? What rides are you doing? Are you doing a balance? Are you going straight for food? Are you doing just rides? Like, what's your plan for
tonight?
Gonna
see the Grinch?
I think that's a must do, especially during the winter OI
Mhm.
meetups. Just watched made my boyfriend watch National Lampoon Vacation. It was my dad's favorite. So funny. It's a great movie.
That's like you. Like you made me watch it. Like
I think
one
I
of our
sent it
first
to you
Christmases
when you were
together.
deployed.
Yeah, I definitely didn't watch it.
And
when I was deployed.
forced.
No.
No, but the guys that were with you loved it.
Probably. Yeah.
And I was like, here's your care package. You've never seen this, and you guys watch DVDs still. So here you go. So nice. Everything all at once. Yes. Love that. All right. Well, we got a chunk of people here. So thanks for joining
Thanks
us.
for coming.
If people pop in, throw your favorite Christmas movie in the chat. I'm getting ideas of things we haven't watched yet. Well, like other movies that we still need to.
What are we missing?
I have the list.
Oh, the list.
I keep it on my phone.
Gotta check it twice.
In the notes section. Those are gifts. Like gift list.
Travis's Christmas Vacation. See?
Solid one.
We haven't watched it yet this year.
I've been holding off. We gotta let your family get here.
Goodness. I don't know about that.
Here it is. Santa Claus, the first one, the second one, the third one,
Okay.
Jack Frost,
Okay.
Claus,
Okay.
Polar Express,
Okay.
Noel, Nickelodeon
Okay.
throwback, Snow Day. You don't know what that one is.
Nope.
We haven't ever watched this one, but The Man Who Invented Christmas, Christmas Chronicles, Home Alone 2, The Grinch,
The Grinch.
Elf, Christmas with the Cranks. We haven't watched that one yet. We did watch 4
Charlie
Christmases
Brown
already.
Christmas.
Charlie Brown Christmas.
Die Hard is a Christmas movie, just as Harry Potter is a Christmas movie.
This one is labeled A Christmas Carol, in parentheses, dark.
In the dark. Oh, the
Because
FX series.
There's
ones?
an FX series one that we're like, man, this is deep. But then also a Muppets Christmas Carol, because I don't think you've ever seen that one.
Just to answer Nick's question real quick before we get too far down. We're thinking early spring.
Sometime between now and June, I think.
Yeah, probably. I'm thinking more like March, April.
More and more. It's just really like, especially with the lack of being able to know exact dates because of this guy. For me, it's just easier to be like, probably in the first 6 months. Like, and then eventually when he gets more information for work stuff for him, then I can start narrowing down for me personally. But
Elf and Die Hard. Danny says Grinch for his.
Yes. Danny, which Grinch?
Die Hard.
Which Grinch? Like the newest one or Jim Carrey Grinch or the OG one? Snow Day. I was asked to be a part of Snow Day game when I was a kid, and Nickelodeon. Nice. For those of you guys who aren't on our Patreon and are joining us tonight, we have a video coming out tomorrow.
We do.
About the changes that have happened at Universal. And there's been so many changes. Our Patreon members got access to it early, or some of them did, depending on the tier that they're in. And I'm pretty excited about this video. I think you guys will enjoy it. There's definitely an ode to the throwback of Nickelodeon Studios.
Gotta get slimed.
I'm getting slimed. I so badly wanted to do that as a kid. I also just love Rugrats.
I'll be honest with everybody. Like, I barely knew what Universal Studios was until I was well into being an adult.
Were you a Nickelodeon kid, though?
Oh, I was a Nickelodeon kid for sure. But, like, the idea that, like, Nickelodeon Studios even existed, no idea.
How did you, but like Double Dare and like, I want to go to that thing and I want to be live on studio stage and do the slime or, Legend of the Hidden Temple. I don't know if that was actually filmed there, but.
Nope. No clue. No idea. No idea that you could go somewhere and get slimed.
You're like, I just want to go play football in the yard.
I mean, I didn't even remember that Jurassic Park was in Universal or Islands of Adventure at one point. Like,
yeah, that's true.
No clue.
That's true. We live and learn.
Never thought I would be a theme park person, but here we are.
Are you surprised?
Oh, shocked. Yeah. Oh, shocked. Because it was one of those, like, even during COVID, we were like, in the beginning of COVID, we were like, we're not theme park people. And then we're like, let's go to a theme park.
And then I binge watched a bunch of Tess eating foods at theme park. It was like,
it was like Tess and Mammoth or Molly when she was with All Ears.
And Pew 2. We did watch it in Pew 2.
Rick's Flicks, a whole gambit of people during COVID.
What's going out in the world right now when we can't go and do anything?
Scooby, what's up?
Hello.
Happy Saturday. Happy Saturday night. Really enjoyed the HHN reel this morning.
Ooh, Ooh.
Thank you. Spent some time. There's things that I play around with on Reels that are kind of fun that I would probably never include in a long form video. So it's a fun little different take on editing videos. And so I was like, oh, let's make like a movie trailer. Because that's an interesting thing that I think like businesses don't really play on too much, is like taking little aspects from other places of like, okay, Universal could play off HHN all year round and just have like movie trailers almost. And then as the timing gets closer, more and more frequently.
Are you going to make one for Mardi Gras?
Yeah, probably. Why not?
It's interesting because sometimes between the two of us, like Ben will be focused on the YouTube stuff and I'll be focused on Instagram, but every once in a while we need to switch it up. And so I'm like, great, I'll prep this stuff for YouTube, not the editing, but then he'll make a reel and it'll be pretty darn cool, especially with some of the footage that he gets throughout the park.
The footage and like, again, some of the editing techniques and stuff that I'll try.
Right.
Because it's fun.
Well, tonight we are at our last live of the year, which is crazy. The year's absolutely flown by. We are excited because we have another video coming before the end of the year about just kind of a look back on everything that happened. And we're very like jazzed to bring that to you. But at the same point, we want to play some games today with you and together. And then also we want to talk about like some of our favorite things that happened this year with all of you guys. So if you have questions or if you want to play a game with us, I will tell you about it. But first, Nick, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Good luck at work.
Yeah, have a good day at work. Hashtag Team Nickelodeon. Yes.
Over Cartoon
what if
Network.
they brought back slime someday?
I'm sure they could.
I'd do it.
Maybe
and then my hair would be ruined.
Yeah. They're like in the kid zone.
Right. Can't hear much, but wanted to say hi.
Boone, you guys are at the OI, you guys are at the OI meetup too.
Go ride Velocicoaster.
You guys are supposed to be having fun in the parks.
Oh my gosh. Thanks for joining us, y'all. So the game we wanted to play with you guys tonight, it's not going to be easy to do the dares, but truth or dare, because we thought, why not do something kind of crazy? If you guys want to give us a truth or a dare option, obviously we're sitting in our home. So as far as dares go, that might be a little tough.
Yeah. Doing this in the park would be fun. We'll have to
I will say, Nick, who is popping off of the call here because he has to go to work, gave us some really fun truth or dare options that we are going to pocket and do when we're at the parks, because they do involve some rides and wet things. And so if we are not able to do your dare tonight, then we will hold on to it for the parks when we go. So if you want to throw ideas in the chat for that, we will play that game and maybe we'll come up with some of our own as we go. But first, let's kind of talk about the year.
When did we start the year? What was our first trip of this calendar year?
It was like the very first couple days of January.
It was actually, because we were just like,
January.
That was a really impromptu trip too.
Yeah.
I want to say it was like January 3rd, but I don't even remember it.
It's all a blur. But we were cold.
I don't even remember that trip. I'm not gonna lie.
That's okay. Mardi Gras then. What was your favorite thing about Mardi Gras this year?
The food. I think the food tour was super fun. That it kind of like, just as the video ideation kind of came to play, was like we tried a ton of different foods, and the foods at Mardi Gras were incredible. I think also the atmosphere, particularly of opening day of Mardi Gras, was super, super memorable, because it felt very similar to like opening day HHN.
For those, sorry.
Go ahead.
For those of you who have been to Mardi Gras, I'm curious what your guys' favorite things about Mardi Gras from this last year were, if you were able to make it, or if you're looking forward to going for next year.
Meeting up with so many people and seeing so many people opening day of Mardi Gras was super, super fun. That atmosphere for the first parade was electric.
Oh, yeah, it was. It was really cool.
Super
we were throwing
fun.
beads.
We were.
So it was just crazy. It was crazy. Oh, Richard, thank you so much. I appreciate that. We're doing our best of what we can. We still have quite a baby channel, but we're working on growing.
Keep on working.
Working on growing.
What about you for Mardi Gras? What was your memorable part of Mardi Gras?
I just had a great time like hanging out in the park. It was Mardi Gras for us. The first day of it was kind of like a miniature first day of HHN. It was really cool to get to connect with all of the team members that were working. Throwing beads, of course, was fantastic, but it was fun to get to connect with all of the content creators who were also there that day. Like I took group pictures with so many people and was like, oh my God, you guys are here. Oh my gosh. Like it was just really fun to get to see these people that we get to talk to once in a while, but to just have everyone kind of in one
Mhm.
spot, that was pretty darn cool.
Plus, the weather in February was great. It'll be chilly,
Yeah.
chilly at night or first thing in the morning, but
Yeah.
when that
But
sun
during the
comes
daytime, it
out,
was
it's
like
great.
shorts and t-shirt,
Mhm.
chilling, sparkles on. Like it was a really fun time. Um, oh,
We hope you're having a great weekend too.
oh, thank you. As for next, I gotta say Nightmare Before Christmas, or is it a Halloween movie? It would have been.
We're seeing a lot of Disney movies. I will say that.
Well, that's kind of
House
what
of
we've been
Mouse,
watching.
yeah, sure. Disney
Yeah.
Plus, yeah.
I think Nightmare Before Christmas was the perfect movie to watch yesterday, Friday the 13th.
That's true.
It's like the perfect blend of a Friday the 13th at Christmas time. Not that obviously Friday the 13th is Halloween necessarily, but I think yes. Plus the music in it, very fun, very fun. Not me procrastinating before work. No, not at all, Nick. Not at all.
No. I think the thing that was also fun as we kind of flip back to February was February, I think,
was when I went when we went to Volcano Bay and I wore a wetsuit.
And it was our first time at Cabana Bay.
It was first of many. And we ended up really enjoying Cabana Bay. That malt shop hit it out of the park.
It was kind of rounded out like that we had stayed everywhere on site at Universal. And that was kind of the goal, at least for the beginning of the year for us, as just to kind of say that we did, was to have stayed at every on-site resort.
Now they've redone the tier system, but if you can't stay at a signature level hotel, what hotel are you picking?
Oh boy.
Can't be a signature.
I can't stay at a signature. I'm probably going to try and save money and go to a value.
Okay.
I'd probably do Cabana Bay.
And now that it's value.
Like I think all the prices have gone up though, just due to Epic Universe, and demand for next year is going to be crazy. So the prices are up, but.
Josie says the food at Mardi Gras was amazing. Do you remember a particular food that you enjoyed the most? What was that?
Do you not know
what your favorite food was?
Yeah.
I have two, but I don't know what yours is.
The cookie butter waffle.
Oh, not my favorite.
Delicious.
It was good.
It was delicious.
It wasn't my favorite.
What was yours?
I don't remember the right name for it, but it was like grilled chicken with peanut sauce.
Yeah, I don't remember what the official.
That one. And then the mini king cake. Ooh, the mini king cake was a sleeper. It wasn't the giant king cake that they've had in years past, but it was just the perfect little bite, and like also just very, very good. Don't eat the baby though.
Don't eat the baby. Yeah. They made sure. Beignets though. You always got to get beignets.
The beignets are solid. My favorite food was the candied bacon and onion poutine. I have to be honest.
It was okay.
We didn't get the poutine.
We didn't get poutine.
No. We're not poutine people. But also some of my friends who are poutine people were like, it's okay for poutine. So we were like, I guess we'll pass on that one.
Derek is asking, when are we doing Mardi Gras in 2025?
Opening weekend.
We'll be there, I think, January 30th, which is like that Thursday.
We'll drive in that Thursday.
And then
we head home that Monday.
We'll head home that opening Monday.
And then depending on work stuff and all that, we'll try to probably go down a second time, but it'll all depend.
Which segues great into that we always try and do a second Mardi Gras trip, because Mardi Gras feels so jam-packed with all the stuff that we're trying to do. We're trying to hop on floats, but one of our favorite things to do at Mardi Gras is simply watch the parade and hype up the performers in the parade.
Yeah.
And so you got to ride floats, you got to eat food, then you got to watch the parade from the ground. It's a jam-packed weekend, and it's a ton of fun.
This might be a controversial question. What do you enjoy more? Throwing beads from the floats or hyping up the performers watching the parade?
If I'm going to be honest, if you were to ask me right now, I would say being on the ground, hyping up performers.
Yeah. Especially when we do it as a team.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That's for sure.
Not that to dissuade anybody if they're thinking about throwing beads. Like, throwing beads is still a memorable experience.
It's a great time. We like yelling at the performers.
Yeah.
because we know them,
know a
or
lot
like
of
we've
them,
got to know a lot of them. And so being able to cheer them on, just like it brings us joy, a lot of joy.
Mardi Gras food may be what I'm looking forward to most for the February trip.
It's
so good.
Like
The jambalaya, you've got
it's the perfect weather to
Yeah,
enjoy
some
food.
hot
It's
food
not
even.
too
Yep.
it's not too uncomfortably hot like the beginnings of HHN. Also, they do I would say a better job at having
Mhm.
more options than just a bunch of deep fried stuff.
Yeah.
And so you're not feeling as weighed down while you're
Mhm.
going through things. And hopefully they still have it again this year. You can buy those cards
Those cards are
and just
yeah,
stack a bunch of cards. Like we will put
for sure.
lots of dollars on those cards so we can go and enjoy the food. And it's
Mhm.
just like, great, swipe, swipe, swipe. And sure, you're spending the money anyway, but it just makes it so much
But you
easier.
usually or like whatever spend you get $120 or something like that for $100. Like it's a good way to
Mhm.
save some money if you're going to spend the money anyway.
Mm-hmm. Hi, Casey Fox. Thanks for joining us.
Loved the Mardi Gras food this year. Looking forward to the February meetup. Great question for everybody. What concerts are you hoping to see this Mardi Gras season? I don't know pop culture
Diddy.
enough. I don't know pop culture enough to like say really anything.
I have no clue of who to throw out for who they would bring to concerts because, like, I feel like they'll have a good list. I enjoyed the list of the lineup.
They
that
had a
this
pretty good
last year.
round out last year of different genres.
DJ Khalid could have been better.
Yeah,
another one. But
who was the actual like DJ? Zed?
Was it Zed? Was that this
I
year?
think
Or was
it
that
this
2
year.
years ago?
No, I think it was this year.
I wish I could have seen
Zed was cool.
Ava Max.
Yeah.
That would have been a cool one to go to. But like, yeah, I have no clue who to throw out there, but there were some really good ones. Like I would have had a good time, you know.
Scooby Moto, have we thought about joining a travel agency like MEI Travel or PC Dev?
No,
Not really.
Not at this time. Like
we're super down to like help people book
Mhm.
or talk through planning their vacation or whatever, and so
Mhm.
like more than willing and able to hop on a Zoom call
Mhm.
or email back and forth like to help plan, but like doing it like kind of
I gotta say, as a
officially
job.
as an official travel agent. No, not really.
We really like being able to take people with us to the
Mhm.
parks and explore with them. Personally, like being able to be there for somebody's first experience or first go around of something
Mhm.
is one of the coolest, like special experiences for us.
Mhm.
Whether it's riding a ride for the first time or just
Mhm.
getting to the parks for the first time, it's pretty neat to be able to take people there. And part of it is like we also forget what that's like because we've gone so many times. And then when we took my friends this year for HHN, we had to remember like, oh, slow down. Like they're taking it all in still. Like this is all brand new.
We're
and
just
so
like, let's go. And they're
Yeah.
like, this is all brand new. And so we're just buzzing past things and they're like, wait,
what's
what's that?
What's that?
So
We can go down that way. And so being able to take people and help plan their trip, big fans. We both currently have full-time jobs. And then when we move down there, we want to be able to do more videos, more YouTube work.
content,
I don't know. We'll see what everything kind of turns into over time.
It'll be interesting to see what the
kind of
next few years
morphs on
bring.
its own. We honestly 2 years ago, if somebody told us we'd be sitting here doing this on a Saturday,
No way.
talking with all of you, I'd be like, really?
Derek says beads all day.
Beads. It's so fun.
It's so much fun.
Now, Derek, would you guys do is it ride and dine? Or I was gonna say dine and ride, or would you do standby? Because there's perks to both of them. There are perks to both of them. When you visit, do you ever do a day of non-filming?
Very rarely.
It's not
they
easy.
happen. They do happen. Usually like afternoons we might take an evening off. A full day, unless we're there for an extended duration, probably not, but we might take an afternoon or evening off, enjoy a date night, or just enjoy the parks, just not taking the camera in. But there's a lot of times where we're so jam-packed for stuff, it's like we feel underproductive if we don't.
I feel like I missed our opportunity. Scooby Moto says got to get that B-roll. Facts.
Like and even like short form B-roll and stuff like that. And so
the last trip we took with filming during the day and then OI all night, back-to-back days. And was there a day before all of it too? I don't remember. It's all a blur. By that Sunday, we still filmed for probably 8 hours of the day, and it was afternoon time. And we looked at each other because we had another video we wanted to do, and we're like, how about we put this one on hold for the next visit? And then we kind of leisurely hung out around the park, got B-roll, enjoyed a swamp dog or what have you. And being able, for us, once we've actually got the content or the things that we're looking to film, be able to hang out in the park and just chill. Absolutely 100% love it. Like that might be one of my favorite things just to do, is almost to sit in the park and people watch and just enjoy the ambiance
and film whatever we want, really. And so that's
wrap with who's.
Yeah, we talked about it, was like that we really enjoy just walking around the parks, shooting Christmas B-roll just because we could. Casey Fox, next year I'm trying to move to Orlando. What part of Orlando? That's the greatest question, because we're still trying to work that one out too.
Let's see here where we leave off.
Taking my sister from a different mister to Mardi Gras for her first time. That's exciting. Is she going to enjoy it? Does she know what she's getting into?
Yes. That's a fun trip though.
Yeah, great starter trip. She's going to want to go back during HHN, and you're in.
Did we sign up for Ride and Dine?
We did.
Okay, good.
Opening week.
I normally
first day.
I normally buy the tickets to do our Ride and Dine for the first day, but when he told me the tickets dropped, my phone wasn't reloading fast enough, and I didn't have, my internet was just weird. So I was like, could you get them? And
what restaurant are you doing? Because again, they added a couple of restaurants this year. They added Nabisco's, which will be an interesting thing because that's at Islands and you got to make your way.
I hope that they'd let people pop through nicer, but we'll see.
You just got to make it in time.
So on to the second, we have Ride and Dine. Last year we tried Standby, and Ride and Dine didn't get a single Standby. Standby got tough last year. We made it in the second day of Mardi Gras on Standby, but it's also, we have a reel of it on our Instagram from last year where I think we might have had 8 people around a table just tapping to try and get in. And then eventually I think 2 of us got in and were able to put enough to get everyone on the ride. But then they changed it because people did still silly things like that. So, all right. So we had Mardi Gras, and then we came back for June OI meetup.
We did.
What was your favorite thing from that? Or least favorite thing? Oh, sorry, I'm shaking
the table.
That was
when we
ate all the things.
Oh, that wasn't the John trip. John went to last year's We ate all the things and rode all the rides.
And did the kitchen sink challenge. Oof.
That was something.
Yeah. What stands out to you the most from all of it?
The kitchen sink challenge, more so than even the OI meetups. Like the OI meetups are wonderful, but the misery of the kitchen sink challenge is what stands out the most, for sure.
Yeah, I won't go into too much detail because we do talk about that during our video. But at the same point, that kitchen sink challenge was a lot. I don't recommend anybody to do it or try it, even
unless
with
you
just
got like
2
a group
people.
of 10.
Yeah, share the cake. Take it home with you. But
don't.
There's a lot of other desserts that are very,
There's
very
a lot of other desserts that are as enjoyable and not as like gluttonous, where you're gonna feel terrible.
I will say the burger was good. I really did enjoy the kitchen burger. So, let's see. I go to the meetups with the idea of taking my time and people watch, but every time I end up running from ride to ride like a crazy person.
I mean, you kind of like. It's like trying not to be competitive on MIB. You're like, I'm not going to be, I'm just going to enjoy it. Like until you pull that blaster out and you're like, let's go.
Doing Mardi Gras during the week is much easier. I would completely agree with that. We just, especially with the timing we get down there, unless it's our second trip, we're normally there that first weekend. So we're like, get the Ride and Dine. And then from there, okay, what's the next plan? And, at least we do enjoy watching the parade so much that once we've done our Ride and Dine, we're like, all right, we'll see. We're good. Let's see. Kitchen sink was my first video watching us. It was interesting. We felt miserable after that video.
The other thing that I do vividly remember from that video
was you yakking in the hotel room afterwards.
No. We had the big camera set up. and it didn't record.
Yeah.
So we had the Osmo set up.
Thankfully,
We had the big camera set up, and
my
it was just
phone
like,
was set up.
yeah, and your phone was set up, and it was just like, we looked back and we were just like, wait, what happened?
Want to know a secret?
Yeah, well,
I was not happy.
oh,
that
I
the big
wasn't.
camera
I
didn't
wasn't
record.
happy either, but I mean,
I didn't try to be mad at you,
yeah.
but I was very like, you're telling me.
It doesn't always go to plan.
You're telling me that we didn't get any of that.
Mhm.
Any of it. But do you remember a particular part of the cake that you enjoyed the most or the least?
Oh, the least?
What part of the cake?
Oh, I remember the least for sure.
The cheesecake?
No, the chocolate chips.
Oh, yeah.
Or those little like snowball things that were like chocolate chips with like little
The
other
whole
sprinkles.
backside of it was just covered.
No.
Yeah. I think we were 10 minutes in and I looked at our camera and said, I don't want to eat anymore. Ben was like, what? It was a lot.
Grinchmas or HHN? What would you prefer?
Well, HHN. However, as soon as HHN is over and the holiday season starts, I don't look back. Like I'm on to Grinchmas.
Yeah.
I was just saying to Ben, I know there's been some haunted trails that have opened up recently and they're like Christmas Krampus-y
It's kind of cool.
Cool idea, but that's just not my Christmas vibe. I'm
great.
like, put that in
Yeah.
HHN season for me and I'll go do it.
Season.
I'll go do that. I'll watch Krampus then.
Yeah.
But right now I'm like, I want happiness and like the meanest
Grinch
thing,
isn't
the
bad.
meanest
It's
thing
the
is the
Grinch.
Grinch. And that's what I'm cool with. And not to mention his heart grows
fine.
and it's all good. It's
Yeah.
all good. But there's just something about HHN that like you can't beat it.
HHN is just something special.
Yeah.
Opening weekend, opening day,
I feel like you're just gonna be like
electric.
every night, all the time, every nightmare.
You know, I think for us this year was, I know we're kind of jumping ahead, is like the premium Scream night.
It was amazing.
I hope they do.
We'll go again.
100%
Even when we lived down there, we would still do
again.
premium Scream night.
110%. Like if they do that again with that limited of crowds, like take my money.
Yeah, there were less people at premium Scream night than there at an OI event, which is nuts. Like absolutely nuts. So
cookie hangover from the post recent trip. Are we out of Grinch cookies now?
Fine. Yes. We actually only lasted a few days until we ran out of Grinch cookies. Unfortunately. I think we bought 12 to 14 Grinch cookies in total.
Like 6 or 7 packs.
I'm also including the cookies that were on the ice cream sandwiches. Okay. But we brought home
like 6 packs.
6 packs. We did give away a pack. We should have given the Grinch a pack. And then they were gone in just like 3 days. Like each of us have a cookie a day, and all of a sudden we're like, and I wanted to make some of our own, but I need to figure out a recipe for that. I haven't looked too hard.
Steven is on.
Steven,
we hope you had a great rest of your trip. It looked very fun.
I want to give
jealous of staying at Portofino.
A shout out to Steve and his wife who sent us a very, very special Christmas gift. We appreciate it so much. And the spiced apples.
Delicious.
Housing them. They're so good, especially with some ice cream warmed up. Like delicious. So thank you so much. We really appreciate you guys. I hope they have premium Scream night in 2025. Never been to HHN and already have flight booked in case they do that event again. It's amazing. Like if premium Scream night, so rumor on the street is they thought premium Scream night was going to sell out the first day.
Yeah.
They really expected it to go like that. And so
did we.
Ben woke up early. He was ready to go online at like midnight to go and buy tickets. I think you ended up buying them at like 4 or 5 in the morning.
It was like a little after 5. I remember because I wake up, drive to work a little before 5 a.m. I remember checking at 4:45. Yep. I remember waiting another like 30 minutes before I went and like worked out and refreshed again, and then refreshed again. It was like, oh, they're available. And it was 5:30 maybe. It
was early. It was early.
Or at least like when I checked to get them was about 5:30.
But he bought them right away, and then we kept checking over the summer and until premium Scream night like the day of that night, and they were still available.
Mhm.
And so they didn't completely sell out, which is nuts. And I hope that that actually will be beneficial for next year, that they still will see like the benefits that come from doing it. And I would expect if it comes back that they will sell out very
Mhm.
quickly next year. So be prepared, Chris, be prepared. My favorite Christmas movie is The Wizard of Oz. It's not even a Christmas movie, but when I was a kid, it was on TV every
It
single
was.
year.
I remember.
And I have such happy memories
least
from
even when
watching
I
it
was a
with
kid.
all my siblings. That's funny. I like that.
I watched it when we were in Indianapolis, usually around for like Thanksgiving. I remember that being on roughly around the Thanksgiving time. We always watched it then.
I don't remember the name of the Christmas movie, but one it is a Christmas movie. One that was always on every single year when we go to my grandma's for Christmas Eve is the Arnold Schwarzenegger movie where he goes to get that toy for his son. Not a great Christmas movie in my opinion, but it was always on. And so whenever I see it, it like gives me Christmas memories. Like this is just a movie that you have on the TV in the background playing with all your cousins and stuff. Like
One day we'll have to hit California and see Hollywood version and not Scary Farms.
agreed. I think we should
You know, fingers crossed and fingers hard crossed was next year.
Yeah, we'd like that. Jingle
That
all the
would
way.
be-
That's it. Sorry.
That would be ideal. And can we make it happen? Maybe. There's a lot going on next year,
Yeah.
but
I'd like to
we
think
might be able to make that
by
happen.
the time we move down there, we'll have a better idea if we
Yeah.
can make California happen for us or not.
Yeah.
But I at least going over to California to be able to experience their
Mhm.
Halloween Horror Nights would be amazing.
The average fan for HHN who buys a frequent fear pass are not spending $350 for one.
Facts.
Totally get it. Yeah.
It makes sense.
100%. If you can swing kind of spreading your time out for HHN, like we totally get the idea that like 350 for one night is steep for sure. Like got it.
Yes.
Totally get it. And I think it's going to be even more expensive next year.
If they jack the price up to $500 for a ticket, I wouldn't be shocked. Especially if they keep the whole like, here's the
Free
entire
food,
menu,
yeah.
which we never really took advantage of that night anyway. Silly of us, but we didn't. Like the experience of walking down like the streets and the scare zones, and it's literally just you and scare actors is the coolest thing. So that alone, like I understand, like, I mean, we're not made of money. We're not able to just go and fork it over, but that's an experience that I'm like, all right, we'll pause on this. We'll hold on that. We'll save some dollars so that we can go and do that again. We totally would.
And totally get the idea that it's like people were waiting to see what frequent fear passes would cost. And I suspect, again,
I think that was a major player.
With why it didn't sell out.
And then the frequent fear passes with Express went like that, which is like, okay, HHN has grown. It really has.
Word on the street was they sold less than half.
There were like 3,000 people.
There was not many people.
3,000 tickets. Yeah.
Nick's saying we should go out to Hollywood.
We're
trying.
As long as the logistics line up and we can find somebody to take care of our pups,
our fur babies.
We want to do it. We want to make it happen. What has been one of the most rewarding moments for us this year and one of the biggest hurdles for us this year at Universal? Ooh, great question, Danny.
Great question.
Most rewarding moment. I'm looking at you. I have ideas.
There's a few rewarding moments for sure. I think there are a few rewarding moments is being able to support the performers and team members. Like that's always like top of our mind when we go is like trying to get over, say hi, see how everybody's doing when we're there. And that is like, that means the world to us is like checking in on our friends that are performers and team members there. The other, like another rewarding moment, it was taking John and Desiree to Halloween Horror Nights for their first experience. Like those are super, super rewarding moments.
What about challenge?
About you?
Do you have a challenge?
Oh man, challenge.
Or you can think about that.
Let me stew on that one while you talk about the rewarding.
The rewarding moment for me this year was behind the scenes. If you guys are on our Instagram, before every Nightmare Fuel performance, Ben would give a shout out to Luke, aka Whip Daddy. And it was obnoxious.
Yep.
And
It
it was
was.
probably annoying for him, although he took it like a champ, and we would make up a new name every single time. And really, we got to build a connection with a lot of people throughout HHN. But my most rewarding moment, yeah, whip dad, Megbo. Most rewarding moment was when we were at our very last, or one of the final shows that we got to go to for HHN, and Luke came out and jumped into Ben's arms afterwards for our meet and greet that we had. And I have no good pictures of that moment. Every picture is absolutely blurry, and I think it is pivotal that they are not good photos, because it just shows how much we love him and how much of a friendship Ben has created with him. I think that was one of my most rewarding moments from this year. That was pretty fun and pretty funny.
The challenging is interest. It's an interesting thing, and this is going to sound super vanilla, but like it is probably the biggest hurdle is like the sleep aspect.
Oh, for you for sure.
Like definitely for me was like the idea of like we when we're down there, we're going. Lots of steps, not a lot of sleep. HHN was hard in the beginning to stay motivated for HHN just because it was like 2 hours of sleep in the first 72 hours. And it was just like, I'm so tired, but like it's so much fun at the same point.
I think I would kind of second that, not on the sleep side of things, but the just time in general of like the trips we take. We only have so much time to be able to do what we want to do. And there's a lot of things and a lot of people we want to see and a lot of shows that we want to go and film that we want to make or capture or do. And sometimes that doesn't always work out. Sometimes we have to choose like, oh, can we do this or this? What works better? And sometimes, you know, because we care about the people that we go and see, we have to choose like, we're going to go do this thing, which means putting this on hold.
It's always a challenge.
So I think just in general, time's our biggest factor, especially with not being as close to the parks as we'd like to be. I think that's our biggest hurdle. And I think it'll continue to probably be a hurdle.
It's definitely a trade-off for sure.
But hopefully as we relocate and get closer, that will be a challenge in a different way for us. So yeah, that was a great question. Thanks, Danny. I like that. 2 years ago, did HHN Hollywood? Oh, we already said that one, right?
No,
one word.
2 years ago, did HHN Hollywood, Oscar, and Fright Fest.
One word, expensive. I bet all of those would added up together.
Woof.
For sure, we want to hit up Hollywood, and then the other ones will start knocking out as we go. Like us, that's something we did this year that was different. We expanded. We went over to SeaWorld for the first time.
We were slightly concerned that SeaWorld wasn't coming back, or like Hollow Scream wasn't coming back, and then they've already dropped like their early tickets for 2025.
Already? Wow. You know what I'm not going to do? I'm not going to buy them online. I'm not going to buy them online ahead of time. I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait. I'm going to let you take care of those. And then when I go to the parks, I'll buy a lanyard for something for tasting. See if I can get it at a discounted rate.
Looking forward to Universal UK. We're looking forward to a lot of things that Universal is coming in the next few years. Because it's like you've got the UK park. You've got the Horrors Unleashed in Vegas. You've got Epic. Like,
Nick's supposed to be at work.
Nick, you're supposed to be at work.
But yes,
Love
Epic.
And so there's just so much coming out in the near future for Universal that it's hard to pick what we're excited most for. Like going out to Vegas. Like I want to go out to Vegas. I would go down to the kids' park in Texas. Like why not? Like
I will say, aside from planning for moving expenses and things of that nature, we've been working on trying to save so that we can go and expand and do more things like that. That said, I will give a huge shout out to all of our Patreon folks for being a part of our Patreon membership, because it helps allow us to continue to expand and go and film content at those different locations as well. So thank you for supporting us in that way, Patreon people.
Usually come to Orlando every year or two. We're from the UK, but next year we're going to the UAE. Ooh, fun. They have some amazing looking theme parks there. Warner Brothers,
Ferrari Land, SeaWorld, and more.
UAE is I mean, I know you haven't been there. I've only been there in passing.
What does UAE stand for?
United Arab Emirates.
Oh yeah.
It's crazy.
That could be cool.
It's crazy.
I do know, and this is the idea of expanding beyond even the United States of Universal stuff. I know we want to go to Universal Beijing at some point.
Beijing, Japan.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that are on our to-do list.
Yep.
In fact, maybe we should write them all down so we can start really plan them out.
Checking them off the list.
But
Epic Universe, how's it looking for us? We will be there opening day.
we will be there opening day. Following that,
Who
we'll
knows?
figure it out.
We're gonna be there because it's gonna be an amazing part of history. We're there to just capture the craziness that ensues, really more so than try and ride anything.
We just want to be able to show people, like, here's what this looks like. Right?
We are very interested to see how chaotic it is.
Questions I have. There's no city walk.
There's no city
So how do I go through a security gate? Where are those located? Then from there, how do I like
Parking
get checked
garages.
in? Parking, which will be one of the last
Where
things
am I
they build.
camping out? Where am I
Right?
pitching my camp?
Where has Ben posting up at like 11 p.m. the night before? I don't know.
2 nights before.
And lining up with our buddy Jeremy, so Danny and I can come and join him later on. Like, there's so many questions that I have as far as logistics, but I also know that Universal, this isn't their first rodeo. They've opened parks before. I do expect there to be an astronomical amount of people, and I start getting a little about it just thinking about it. But
we'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. Stephen, thank you so much. We appreciate you. Ooh.
Universal Japan is amazing, but it is so crowded. Really? I mean, we saw Vincent Vision's videos,
and we watched Vincent Vision put some stuff out, and Nate.
Yeah, Paging Mr.
Morrow. And he got to go, like, the parade was going, and they're like, all right, everyone in the streets. And then they went and like danced a little bit.
And then they all got out.
And they're like, okay, everyone out of the streets. And then the parade just kept going. I was like, that would never happen during a parade in like Orlando.
Seeing some of Vincent Vision's like videos was like, Disney was nuts how busy it was.
Yeah.
So
also, Vincent Vision, I'm sure you're not watching this, but congratulations on your engagement. Yeah, very exciting. What day will the line start forming for Epic? Well, it's the 22nd when it opens, so probably,
who knows?
And that's a Thursday. I would say Monday that week.
How tight is security going to be is the big question. Is security just going to be
like,
move along? It's going to be worse than airports.
For y'all that are on this video right now, what land at Epic Universe, I think we ask this almost every time, what land are you most excited about? Because currently, for me, How to Train Your Dragon has gone way up there, which seems silly.
Dark Universe. People are going Dark Universe, Dark Universe. Yup. You see those animatronics out there?
I know.
That's crazy.
They used you for Frankenstein. It's nuts. It's really nuts. I don't know how they got a body scan of you without us knowing.
I'm looking for the dance shows. Where do I get to dance in Epic Universe?
Is there a Vamos in Epic Universe?
Mel's Drive-In Dance. Where do I get to break it down and have my hips not lie?
Good point. Yeah, we need more dance shows. A lot of Dark Universe here. How to Train Your Dragon and Harry Potter. You know what I think is interesting? I think the Harry Potter world will be a hit, but I feel like because it is tied with Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, people aren't as like gung-ho as they were about the initial Harry Potter ones.
I still think you are going to have a sizable portion that are very excited for the Ministry, though.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, that's going to be crazy.
Especially Dolores. Ugh.
I'm still saying it, and I will say it till I'm blue in the face. Universal's missing out by not having a Kowalski's in New York.
In studios?
In studios.
Maybe they will after this, because I
gotta have a Kowalski's bakery.
We should have mentioned that in tomorrow's video. Yeah. We should have mentioned that.
Gotta have a Kowalski's.
How to Train Your Dragon. I am so excited for How to Train. I will cry when I get to meet Toothless. Yes. Dark Universe. Also, just the effects in Dark Universe is going to be so good. The pyro, so good. Unpopular opinion, but Celestial Park. Honestly,
it'd be very pretty.
I think it's easy for people to just bypass and overlook Celestial Park because it's not necessarily like the land, right? But you know how much I love a carousel. Celestial Park's carousel is going to be, no pun intended, out of this world. It's gonna be so good. Like, it's gonna be beautiful.
Mm.
It's gonna be beautiful.
Fantastic Beasts series. Do the carousel, yeah.
You do like the Fantastic Beasts series. It's not. I didn't know what to expect. I was hoping for Harry Potter. I don't know. It was good. It just didn't sit in my heart the way like the original Harry Potter movies do. And then with the recast of Johnny Depp, which
got a little. I want to say like a little,
just
not necessarily confusing, but kind of confusing. Like, who is this guy? He's not Johnny Depp, but.
Where do we leave off here? Janice, if you're there the same day we are, let's ride the carousel together. Ben can film.
I'll film it.
I hear a Simpsons update while in Moe's. Want me to share offline? Send it our way. Mario is crazy. It was packed in Hollywood. So Mario, I think, will be really cool.
Mario is very interactive.
Which
keeps people there, which is just.
I saw some pictures of the lighting that they're doing tests on, which I try not to look at some of the stuff because I kind of want it to be a surprise, but it's hard when you're connected to so many Facebook pages. The lighting for nighttime in the Super Nintendo world, especially with Mario really and cool. The Donkey Kong land. I am excited for Mario because I'm excited for Donkey Kong. Like, I like Mario, but I feel like I've gotten enough of a taste of what it will be like. It'll be so cool.
To some extent. Yeah,
but the Donkey Kong piece will be, especially the jumping the tracks.
It's pretty cool.
Oh, so neat. So neat.
Derek has a cat named Toothless. We call our dogs Toothless. Both of them.
They both are missing a tooth.
Lando's missing his bottom right.
Left?
Right?
Bottom
canine. One of his bottom canines.
He had to have a big tooth pulled.
And then Lainey's missing one of her.
Lainey's missing her front top tooth. We take good care of our dogs.
Trust me, our dogs are fine. They're just missing teeth.
Yeah, and they act like toothless. So, recast was definitely confusing. Agreed. Mario was not my favorite area in Japan. Was way too busy to be fun. I can understand that, especially again, it's so interactive. It's easy to have people just there constantly doing things.
And just now we spent 3 hours here.
Yeah.
Without really thinking about it.
Right.
All right.
Where were we at? What are we on?
We're through June, which would then HHN. We've already talked
premium screen.
Talked a lot about HHN. That was our long.
What was your favorite thing about it being John's first HHN trip? He's not on this call, so we can say whatever we want.
Some of the planning that went into it, honestly, like hyping him up and getting him ready was stressful in some way.
He didn't even have a ticket at first. He had only bought express passes.
Having it all kind of come together and work out was really fun because like he had no idea. And like, again, it was the curse of knowledge for us that it was like, we know how to do that and how to navigate it and what things mean and what tickets mean and so on and so forth. And then we kind of forgot that what it's like when it's your first time.
You're like, what am I getting myself
What am I buying?
John was like,
what do I need?
But it's not OI. The food's not free. Why would I go? Like, it's free included, whatever you want to put it as. But like, he was so set that he's like, I'm going to spend money on a ticket and then I'm going to buy express and then I have to pay for food when I'm there. And we're like, don't worry, man. It'll work out. It'll be worth it. By the end of the first night in going through houses with him, he was like, this is the only way to do this. I'm never coming back without express. This is so good. I love it, blah, blah, blah. And then we go and sit down and eat Mel's and like, he loved it. Also, Matt Mod says John was funny. I like him.
John's hilarious.
Do you guys want to see more Big John in 2025? Because we'll see if we can make it happen.
We gotta try and get him to Mardi Gras.
Yeah, John's never done Mardi Gras.
He's never, he did do Grinchmas, but it was only for an OI meetup.
Yeah.
And so we'd have to get him back to Grinchmas.
He needs to get picked on by the Grinch.
Yeah.
The Grinch would do a great job picking on him. So we did HHN, took John, had a great time. He only had to stay with us for a night, which was fun. And then we went and did Grinchmas. What was your favorite thing about Grinchmas? Before you say that, Scooby Moto says definitely more Big John. Just keep him off the roller coasters.
Right, seriously.
Just wait for the video with that in it.
Yeah. Grinch miss the show, great. Grinch
Mhm.
meet and greet, great. Winter OI meetup, great.
Mhm.
I do think that was one of our best meetups that we've ever had.
It
That
was
Friday meetup.
it was chill.
It was chill. It was empty. We got a
Mhm.
ton of stuff done. Like that was
Mhm.
one of my favorite meetups that
It was a
we've
good
done.
meetup. And was that was we did meetup on Friday, and then we did our live Saturday, which are the first time ever doing a live in the parks, which was unique in itself. And thank you for everyone that took part in that. But yeah, the meetup was just a fun experience. I think it was probably our most like laid back meetup experience we've ever had, which was super cool. Like we had some really good quality time with the Grinch, with the Who's.
We got to do Meet Blue. We got to see the castle show. We got to enjoy food.
Yeah.
Like Hagrid's was 20 minutes.
I've never seen Hagrid's at a 20-minute
It
wait.
was nuts. Like,
in fact, if you guys are at the OI meetup, I'd love to know tonight what the wait time is for Hagrid's. Like if it ends up being as low, or if you went last night, what the what the meetup time wait up. I can't talk. What the meetup time wait was.
What the wait time?
The wait up. Yeah.
Liked Express Pass until I bought unlimited Express Pass for HHM.
Ooh.
That would be nice. I can't even begin to imagine what that would cost at Orlando.
Yeah. We ate a ton of the blue cookies. Pretty good imitation Grinch cookie. Interesting.
Last weekend was 20 for the OI meetup.
Nice.
I mean,
they're doing a great job with that. That's awesome. Like, again, it's never 20. A whole nother reason to buy. I want to ride Hagrid's, or another ride. I want to.
I have been demoted as the ride.
Mom, partner. I dare you to ride Hulk with John. It might be messy. But you should ride Hagrid's with John. So when you guys come back, we'll see if we can get Big John to come visit also. He can be your ride buddy.
I've gotten demoted. I am the single rider now for some of these.
What am I?
You're not going to ride
Chop
Hulk
liver?
or Rip Ride.
I will say, after the vertical lift of Rip Ride, I really thoroughly enjoyed my ride. It was a great time. I will suggest not to listen to Black Parade.
Yeah, you don't really get into it.
Because I really wanted him to get into the song, and by the time the ride's over, the song doesn't quite get it didn't fit well enough for me. But yeah, if I could just bypass the vertical lift and jump on the top, that'd be my favorite. So Mom says love you. Yeah,
love you too.
Poor Rob in that live stream. I wasn't thrilled. That was fun. Some very authentic panic on my face at that moment of like, here we go. Thanks for going on Rip Ride during the live stream. I'm glad you guys enjoyed it. I'm glad you did.
Fudge Factor.
When does Fudge Factor merch drop?
Well, we got these cool jerseys.
Well, we didn't make those.
Yeah, we didn't make this.
We didn't make those.
It's a cool Grinch jersey with. I'm gonna bump the table.
You are gonna bump the table. So, yes, we got a gift from some of our followers with these
Super
awesome
cool.
I have a matching one, but I didn't put it on before this. But when does Fudge Factor merch drop? We have sent some specific Patreon members
like hats,
some hats and swag. And there is the Big John shirt.
Ooh, the Big John shirt is
the Big John shirt
high demand.
Could be a hit.
High demand.
John, if you guys haven't seen it, John is riding the bike with ET. We could have him sign it and then sell those. We could do that. It might be worth it.
They'd sell out in a heartbeat.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe at some point we'll, if we can reach a certain goal, we can start giving out some merch to people, because I don't want to make people buy things. I want to be able to send stuff for funsies. Yeah. So my collector's hat needs to be signed. Yes, you're right, Stephen. We do need to sign that for you. We do. So, all right.
Puppy time.
Before you go get the pups.
Before I go get the pups.
Do you guys, this is our last live stream
of the year.
1, do you have any other questions for us? 2, do you have anything you want to challenge us to do when we go back in 2025? We might go sooner than that, but we for sure have our hotel booked for February. Are we at Sarah?
Whichever Yup.
Stella Nova or Terra Luna? We're at one of the new hotels when we go back, whichever one's opening first. I don't remember, but any other questions or anything else you guys want to see before then? Nick Burnett, driving to work. Please drive safely. When will we be here in February? We will show up probably, I think we're driving down January 30th, and then we're there until Monday. So it's that very opening week of Mardi Gras that we'll be around enjoying Mardi Gras, filming all the stuff, doing the ride and dine, and hopefully seeing you, right? Live stream. Happy holidays, Chris. Thank you. Would you ever skydive? Yes, I have. Hi, lady. The dogs are loose. I have been skydiving, and Ben has jumped out of airplanes. He's never done a free fall, but he's jumped out of a lot more planes than I have. But I have actually gone skydiving before. Would I do it again? Maybe. I got really bored during the free fall. It was very cold. It was very cold. Challenge you to ride Celestial Coaster in the morning. That would be fun. Also, I feel like depending on the time of year, also chilly. Hi, Laner Bug. Hi, girl. Hi. Hi. Oh darn. Hope to meet you.
Hi.
Melissa, hopefully we get to see you at the parks in 2025 because we will make multiple trips. So let us know when you're going to be there. And if you're around the same time we are, we'll say hi. All right. That's all we got.
Merry Christmas. Happy New Year.
Merry Christmas and Happy New Year, everybody. Join our Patreon so you can see some behind the scenes fun stuff, especially as we enjoy the holiday season. Ben's family is going to come visit. And so I'm sure we'll have some craziness ensuing here. And we'll get a live stream set up for early January. How about that?
Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.